Now we're going to have a closer look at the system settings against each specific project. And there have been some changes here. Some items that used to be included in the general system settings are now set for each project. That gives you more flexibility. A couple of standard features to start with. You can choose how you'll sort your documents and folders here. Once again, most people leave those to enable the drag and drop features which have proved so popular. A new feature is the ability to check for duplicate file names, which you can introduce at a project level if you wish. And one final point is you can also enable here an option to automatically send notifications to all users. That's pretty popular. It means any time you upload new files, all users who have permission to view that folder will be notified about that change. And of course you can automatically set the default status when uploading any new content if you wish. Going to navigate down the left hand side now into the fields option. You can add custom fields for any particular project. Here I've got a version, sheet size, company name, area and client. When you add a custom field, you can give it a name. It could be various types, number, decimal, rich text, or even a drop-down options. So you can add your own fields to cater for your own particular circumstances and project requirements. File Name Analyzer has moved across to the project level, and with a further sophistication you can now use different file name analyzers against different document types. So for example, as I've got an illustration here, with a separator of a dash, my file name is going to be broken down and the system will automatically extract these various fields, including the file number, the company name, the sheet size and the title, anytime I upload a drawing. You can see here that I've chosen a different file name analyzer when I'm uploading a specification, and you can have different file name analyzers for different document types and indeed across different projects. So this feature is going to automatically extract what we call the metadata that may be buried within any complex or sophisticated file names. Of course, all that you would need to do is be consistent in your file name convention as you upload into this content, but if you're able to do that, that metadata will be extracted entirely automatically for you. If I go on to document types, you can see there's some more sophistication been introduced. Firstly, we could just talk about the incrementing method and the revision method that we're using. As many of you will be aware, historically you could have numeric in a couple of guises or alphanumeric in a couple of guises. We've introduced a new numeric alpha system in there, 1A, 1B, 1C and so on, and also a BIM style range of functions, P01, P02, etc. And that can be automatically configured to change to C01, C02 at some time in your project's life cycle as you wish. Now these are more sophisticated features. If you're interested in any of those, it's one of those where you're probably best to contact our sales team. We can talk you through the various options and make any configuration changes that you require. For now I'll just leave my numbering system to be alphanumeric, and of course bear in mind this is for the drawing document type. I've got a few other options. Firstly, I can make any of the standard metadata fields mandatory. So when I upload a document, I must state what its status is. I could make type or revision or document title also mandatory if I wish. The same thing with my custom fields. Here I've set my sheet size to be mandatory, but my area, whilst it's visible, is not mandatory. And once again, as we go on to a different document, specification or report, you can see here in reports I've got a different revision system involved. I have not made any of those fields mandatory. So you've got fine control now about how you insist your data is formatted at the time you upload it, whether certain fields are mandatory, whether even those fields are visible, and of course what numbering system you're using. We can move on to the dashboard tiles option here, and this is where you'll configure and create the dashboard tiles, whether that might be images, maps, text, details of tasks and assignments, status summaries, etc. Lots of other videos out there about our ability to configure dashboard tiles, and these dashboard tiles are growing all the time. If you'd like any more information about that, once again contact our sales team. Going to go on to task types now, and this is the part of the project system settings where you can enable or disable any of the task types that you've configured back in the home system settings. Here I've got most of my tasks added, but just not added risk assessments or snags to this project. Evidently I didn't think I'd need them. You don't have to have all task types enabled for every project. You can pick and choose and even build tasks specifically for any specific project requirements that you have. Once again, this feature has been complemented or superseded to some extent by our workflow features, where much of this task creation, allocation and resolution is automated. If you'd like more information on workflows, contact our sales team. And a final point, which is not part of our standard configuration, just letting you know that we have the ability to do this. The system can download documents in a mail merge style. So for example, if you have a Word document on the system and a user goes in to download that document, then that document can be populated with their own username and their own company name, for example. So essentially this means that you can upload a standard template of a document into one area, and that each user, when they download it, get that document customized or configured to their own requirements. It's a most useful feature in some circumstances, but it's not available by default. If you're interested in that feature, please contact our sales team.